My name is Alex Garland. I belong to COM 310, and I'm going to speak a little bit about why conserving the gray wolf is so important. Firstly, the gray wolf is an apex predator. So what does that mean? Apex predators, which are also sometimes known or referred to as alpha predators, super predators, or top tier level predators, are predators with few to no predators of their own, meaning nothing else really hunts or kills them as a main food source. They reside at the top of their food chain, and zoologists define predation as the killing and consumption of other organisms or eating other organisms, which generally excludes any parasites or bacteria because those don't really count. So in this context, when we say that the gray wolf is an apex predator, what we're saying is that it's defined in the terms of trophic dynamics. Apex predator species occupy the highest trophic levels and have a crucial role in maintaining health of their ecosystems. What that means is what the gray wolf does is they keep the other ecosystems that they affect very healthy. Edward E. Bangs goes on to say that every wolf-related issue, whether based on scientific opinion or conjecture, results in extensive press coverage and emotional public debate. This encourages the false public perception that wolves are somehow less manageable than other predators that live in the northwestern United States. I have to completely agree with this. Somehow the grizzly bear doesn't get such a bad rap, but the gray wolf does, and I think that's just because of, like he mentioned, the press coverage and the negative emotional connotation that surrounds them. Gray wolves are important because they control problem species. In Yellowstone National Park, they began a program to eradicate the gray wolf. Once the wolves were gone, elk began to take over, which are one of their main food sources. Over the next several years, conditions of Yellowstone National Park took a drastic decline. In fact, a team of scientists that visited Yellowstone in 1929 and then again in 1933 reported that the range, or the park itself, was in deplorable conditions when they saw it, and the deterioration has been progressing steadily since. By that time, many biologists were really worried about eroding land and plants dying off because the elk were multiplying inside the park and just totally destroying the numbers of plants, such as like deciduous woody species such as aspen and cottonwood. They suffered from overgrazing basically because nothing was eating them. The Park Service started trapping and moving the elk. When that wasn't effective, they started killing them, which the wolf was doing initially anyways. The killing continued for about 30 years. This method helped the land quality from getting extremely worse, but it didn't improve the conditions themselves. At that time, people would mention bringing back the wolves to Yellowstone to help control the elk population, but then we get back into that emotional public debate and the negative connotation surrounding wolves. Bottom line is Yellowstone National Park needs the gray wolf. They need the gray wolf to control these elk populations, the coyote populations of other problem species that create issues for farmers. When Yellowstone Park was created in 1872, the gray wolf was notably already in a decline in Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. The creation of the national park, it didn't really help provide any sort of protection for the wolves or other predators. And the government predator control programs in the first decades of the 1900s basically were provided to eliminate the gray wolf from Yellowstone. Last wolves in Yellowstone were killed around 1926, and at that time, sporadic reports of wolves existing still occurred, but scientists confirmed that sustainable wolf populations had been eradicated and were completely absent from Yellowstone by the mid-1900s. So their population suffered greatly beginning in 1926, and they didn't improve until 1996 when the wolf was reintroduced. And since, Yellowstone has seen a profound recovery in the riverbanks and the erosion and the deciduous wood plant populations, and a decline in these other problem species populations. Also, other predator species have seen a benefit from this. The grizzly bear is seeing an increase now also, and they were in danger as well. So I think that everybody really needs to be concerned about this, because once a population is gone, it can never be brought back.